Hello and welcome to physicsworld.com. I'm Joe McEntee, Group Editor at IOP Publishing, and I'm here at the MRS Fall meeting in Boston to talk to Amy Moll, a materials scientist at Boise State University and Chair of the Public Outreach Committee at MRS. Thanks for joining us, Amy.
Thank you for having me.
So, first up, public outreach is a prominent theme at the conference this week. Can you tell me a little bit more about your public outreach role and how you balance that with a busy research career?
Yes, at the Materials Research Society, public outreach has really become part of our mission, I would say, over the last decade. And it started with a traveling museum exhibit that we developed that's traveled throughout the U.S. called Strange Matter. Over time, that's expanded into several other projects, and these are projects that I can't really do as an individual scientist or as a professor from Boise State. I really need sort of a national or international organization with the clout and the extent that MRS has to really contribute to these projects. And so I see it as a continuation of both my professional responsibilities and my teaching responsibilities, in that it's beyond the classroom, it's really bringing science and bringing material science to the general public.
So there are still some scientists who would argue that science is for scientists and no concern of the general public. What do you think of that viewpoint?
Well, I think some of that is generated from fear. It's sometimes hard to talk to the general public about your science, and it can be difficult to communicate with folks when you don't know where they're coming from or don't know what their background is. But in general, at least in the US, most of our science is funded by the government, and in that respect, I think we have an obligation to the public. It's their tax money that's paying us to do research, so we have an obligation to tell them about it. But at the same time, our world today is such a technological world. The issues we face are very science-based and technology-based. So having some general understanding, these are the folks that vote, these are the folks that make decisions, they're active in their local communities, they may be elected officials. I want them to know something about the fundamental science such that they can make these decisions. So I think it's part of our obligation as scientists, both because we receive money, but also because we want people to be informed and be able to make informed decisions.
So there's one project in particular that's getting a lot of attention this week. That's the Making Stuff initiative. Can you tell viewers a little bit more about that project, how it came about, and what you hope to achieve?
Sure. Making Stuff is a 4-part series that MRS has partnered with WGBH and NOVA here in Boston. And the segments are called Stronger, Smaller, Cleaner, and Smarter. And they highlight some of the exciting things that are happening in material science, some of the exciting research, and actually some of the fundamental science behind general materials we use every day. This project developed over the last 6 years in partnership. We communicated back and forth with NOVA about the idea. We helped them write a couple grants to the National Science Foundation, procure some funding from the Department of Energy to do outreach. So it's been a long process, a lot of development of ideas, connecting the producers with appropriate scientists, helping to review scripts to make sure the science is correct. And right now we're about to the premiere is about to happen in January. The first show will be January 19th, and then 3 Wednesdays after that on the public stations in the US.
And there are plans to push that program out internationally as well?
Yes, WGBH does have an international distribution group, and they will be looking at how to send this program out globally. Okay,
just one final question. What's your elevator pitch for a member of the public asks you what material science is all about? What would you say to them?
Well, what I usually tell people is, first of all, everything's made of something. Everything you use is made of some kind of material. And in fact, the ages of mankind have been named after materials: the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, the Silicon Age. And so what material scientists really do is take a look at the materials themselves. Can we make them better so you can make better products out of them?
That's great. Thanks for joining us, Amy.
Thank you.